What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Hustlepedia. Today we are going to take a look at the overall markets, a couple of assets that are up that we have talked about recently on the channel, weirdly up amidst all the sea of red here, and why all of a sudden some of these prices are looking like they're kind of bouncing back just a little bit. At least they hit a resistant point. And then I want to show you once again, furthermore backing up yesterday's video, why I feel like everything going on in crypto is just trying to shake you out of your positions and trying to make short-term holders or weak hands sell their coins. I really think this is a bunch of manipulation going on right now, and I will get into reasons why. If you're new to the channel, guys, please drop down and hit that subscribe button. We just passed 3,000 subs. Absolutely insane growth recently on the channel. I really appreciate the support, and as always, I'll be coming out with new crypto and altcoin videos every single day, and be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. And then I'm also going to talk about ErgoDex, and despite it being a good DEX, why it hasn't been talked about as much, just to clear that up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the market here. The market today is down 2% over the last 24 hours. We see Bitcoin at about 42,000, 2860 on Ethereum, a little bit over $2 on Cardano. I think last night it was at $2.03, so it's kind of holding its same range for the most part. 90 cents on XRP, 130. Solana just keeps dipping. Down 18% this week, so those gains really came to an end. The one coin that's standing out here is Avalanche, which we've been very bullish on the Avalanche ecosystem here on the channel. We have Avalanche up 9% this week, or not this week, today. And Joe is up 20% today, a nice rebound for the decentralized exchange that we also have been very bullish and talked about multiple times on the channel. So good to see Joe rebound today. And I haven't even checked Avalanche, guys. So this will be actually, yeah, that's fine. So it's kind of taking a dip, but while the other two are up, good to see, because these are long-term positions here on these assets. So that is good to see. And guys, I'm not an investment advisor, and nothing I say is for certain to happen. I just try to tell it as real as I see it, and just kind of deliver the news and what I'm seeing on the charts, on the markets, etc. And from the people that I know that hear good information from larger investors. So let's go ahead and get into it. ADAX looking good today, $1.54. Over the 1 day, it's going to show a little decrease, but that's just because the volume's gone down. And honestly, there's a couple whale plays still to be had. You know, there's that buy order up at $1.33 of a couple $1 million. So if that comes through, we're going to see some price, you know, it's going to really see some turbulence when it gets down to that range if that buy order triggers. So that'll be interesting to see. But right now I have nothing, you know, nothing new on ADAX today other than just the price update. We're sitting at about $80 million market cap, $78 million market cap, 154 on the price. Like I said the other night, this pump that really just came out of nowhere, it felt like, I feel still is heavily news oriented. And as a lot of people have been pointing out, Roger Ver, a very, very top level investor in this project and advisor in this project, some people term him as Bitcoin Jesus. He does have investments in Kraken, among other products like Ripple and successful launches. But it is interesting because he does have a stake in Kraken, which Kraken could be the initial exchange, the centralized exchange that ADAX could be being offered on in the month of October, like the devs and like the CMO himself, Dovidas, has confirmed. So interesting note there. I definitely don't think it's going to Binance. I would definitely think ADAX going to a centralized exchange is either going to be between Kraken or KuCoin. But that is neither here nor there for us to speculate at this point. But key to point out that Roger Ver is associated with Kraken, so it wouldn't be surprising to see them get a centralized exchange offering on Kraken, as it is only on X markets right now. But good to see prices sitting healthy, and it's good to see the bounce back after that big dump there. So good to see that. And I want to go over why I think all this stuff going on in the market, guys, is really just still smoke and mirrors. They're trying to shake you out of your positions. They don't want you to win, and if you sell your positions, they win. So Fear and Greed Index suggests that Bitcoin's price is undervalued. And as we talked about yesterday, there is mass fear in the markets. Today, it is even lower. The extreme fear has kicked in. Crypto is done. I don't know if investing's for me. I don't know if cryptocurrency's for me. I'm going to sell everything, take my losses. You only lose if you sell. And I thought this was the best tweet I saw about just the realistic perspective of it. A year ago, BTC was $11,000 and ETH was $320. And this was in July. A year later, everyone is panicking because BTC is $29K and ETH is $1.7K. The lesson is we don't worry about short-term price movements when you're in it for the long run. Everything we do here on this channel is all for the long run. So there's nothing that we're talking about here that is not for the future and for building a portfolio and a base of knowledge that is going to help you be profitable in the future of these cryptocurrency markets and know which projects have growth potential. So everything we do here is long-term, and if you need reassurance on your long-term position, just read something like this or read something like this. 96.8% of Bitcoin volume transacted yesterday in the huge dump. That's when everything was crashing. Yesterday it was all red. It was a blood red market yesterday. Most of the Bitcoin transacted on-chain was less than a week old. 99% of yesterday's volume was no more than 3 months old. So basically what they're saying, all these sellers that took up that top 63, 23, about that right there is, let alone 95%, was less than a week old. So what does that mean? That means that these are just the short-termers that saw like a price and they just bought. They don't care their entry. They're just saying, Bitcoin, I'm going to get rich. That's it. The hodlers, 7 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, 10 years. These guys are not selling. They are not getting rid of their positions. There's a reason for that. This is all the fear kicking in up here, like we just mentioned, the extreme fear that is in the market right now. That is this, those week to a month or less holders that are selling their positions because they thought that Bitcoin was just this get rich thing and you just put your money in and it goes up. Unfortunate that it doesn't, right? But then life would just be too easy. Things would just be, that just wouldn't be a market. So, there's ups and downs, and in cryptos, the downs are big swings. You have to be able to stomach that, and you have to, if you're in it for the long term, you take your phone, you're looking at your portfolio or your computer or whatever you're looking at your portfolio, and you just close that app, you close that site, and you put it away. You just let it be. Bitcoin supply has steadily been maturing to older hands to double up on that stance. From the peak at 65K, almost 2 million Bitcoin have transitioned from short-term to long-term holders. So this is total supply held by short-term holders. So the orange is the short-term holders. This little dip here has scared a ton of people out. And that is nothing, guys. Like, if you just look historically at these dips, fear is nearing an all-time high right now with all the Evergrande, the U.S. markets going as south as they are. So there's so much going on that's trying to shake you out and sell. If you're in it for the long term, you just literally have to turn a blind eye to your portfolio for the day. Or if you're going in, make some value purchases on some lower price assets. This is the time to go shopping to dollar cost average for your portfolio. And here's why I'm bullish. There is nothing coming around the corner on Bitcoin, in my opinion, or on cryptocurrency that is going to crash this market, so to speak. SEC could approve Bitcoin's futures ETF by October. This has been multiple times predicted by multiple analysts. This is not new. Just a Bloomberg strategist, Mike McGlone, says today in an interview on Bloomberg that a Bitcoin ETF in the U.S., his $100,000 price coin prediction could come true. And I think that's definitely true in terms of if the ETF gets approved, and we've talked about it on the channel already, like it says right here, Fidelity and other banks have pushed them to try to get them to push an ETF for crypto for Bitcoin. So I do think that's around the corner, and no one's thinking about that. Imagine what that's going to do for the price of Bitcoin. it's only bullish. That is only bullish because it is more exposure, it is more adoption, and that is just growth for the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin world all around. If an ETF gets approved, not to mention PayPal, one of the biggest payment distributors type of apps or platforms on the web, has come out with a super app for crypto, combining payments, saving, bills, pay, crypto shopping, and more. It's a full-blown crypto app. So interesting to see crypto capabilities and more with high yield savings, all that, and termed as like PayPal savings. So they came out with like a super app that now serves cryptocurrency wallet, all that good stuff where you can buy and sell. So PayPal's getting involved. That's only, once again, a bullish thing, guys. SEC nearing Bitcoin ETF in October is the prediction. PayPal launching a super app involving crypto usage. Coinbase to propose crypto regulations to U.S. officials. Guys, as much as sometimes that can sound bad, I wish Coinbase wasn't, kneeling down to the government and the SEC on this stance. But at the same time, the more regulations that there's going to be on crypto, the less scammy projects are going to be floating out. There's not going to be any, so to speak, S-word poop coins on the market. They're not going to let these rug pull projects go on like with a blind eye to it, like they have been for so many years. So, in my opinion, that's only a good thing. A lot of people think that that's just horrible, and I do agree. I wish Coinbase was fighting the SEC instead of trying to like work with them. And they gave up their Lend platform. I don't love that, but at the same time, the more regulations, the less rug pulls and crap coin situations we're going to have across the market, and that's only going to help long-term growth for crypto, in my opinion. Like I said, that long-term stance tweet. And here's why, guys. A lot of people ask me about ErgoDex, and I want to talk about ErgoDex just briefly. I really like their platform. I think that their DEX is going to be heavily utilized, and I think that it does have a chance to be that DEX of choice in the Cardano blockchain. I definitely do. It's in that category with Sunday Swap and with ADAX. It's probably in that three to go and be that top dog. The reasons I'm not as bullish is it's cross-chain, Ergo and Cardano. This team has their hands in a bunch of different stuff. If you look at all of their LinkedIn profiles, you'll see how many projects they are all involved in. It's not like ErgoDex is their number one priority. And we've been covering ADAX and Sunday Swap, Pancake Swap, Sushi Swap, all these assets that we've talked about. There's one common thing is they're DEX platforms, but they have a tradable asset. Let's listen to the ErgoDex team on
governance of this. Is there
if there will be a tradable governance token
DEX,
up front.
Or is it using Ergo as its token?
This is Cardano with Paul, by the way. If you don't subscribe to Paul's channel and you follow Cardano, you should.
So far. So I guess for now, seeing this situation when SEC going to suit Uniswap for their governance token, I guess for now it's would be a wise decision to not have governance token at all. No, we don't need it at all.
Okay, great.
So there's no plans up front for them to have like a native governance token. He kind of referenced it towards like Uniswap, where like you don't trade Uniswap into another coin type of thing. They're kind of going to function off of Ergo on the DEX to start, from my understanding, from reading a couple articles and from listening to this interview. So right now there's no plan for like a tradable ErgoDex coin. So at this point, I'm not covering ErgoDex as much because it's not a cryptocurrency investment opportunity at this moment in time. And we're kind of just trying to educate on, the crypto and the coins and the token and the project opportunities out there to get involved in. And I'm not sure with Ergo being at a $400 million market cap, already sitting at $13, that you want to jump in because you love ErgoDex. I think that needs time. They'll eventually come out with their own coin if ErgoDex is as successful as it plans to be. It does say in stage 6 that they have a stable ErgoDex release, but it sounds like that's just going to be on their DEX platform. So for now, guys, I'm not going to be covering ErgoDex. Like I said, their platform looks great. If you click into their beta, it does look good. The DEX looks good. There's just not much opportunity for the community to get involved as far as your portfolio goes. And even though I'm not an investment advisor, I'm just here to break it down for you and bring you all the information I can on assets in the market. And that's just my opinion. ADAX has been wildly successful for us, and there's a reason we cover ADAX quite a bit with the team behind it, the investors behind it, and the progression that their DEX has made over time, the updates we've gotten, and the demo video. If you take a look at the demo video and you compare it to ErgoDex's DEX, it definitely looks comparable and compatible in terms of competition-wise. And I definitely think ADAX, as soon as we start getting a little more dev updates with the Cardano Summit coming up this weekend, with their platform potentially being on display there as well, they have mentioned they will be in attendance. So we will see how that turns out. But a lot to come from ErgoDex. There's some whale orders still in the market, or from ADAX. There's whale orders still in the market. So I'm really, that's going to be interesting if we hit $1.33 when that order executes. What's going to happen with the price? Overall, super bullish on ADAX still, and I think their platform is going to still lead the race. Sunday Swap has delayed their ISO multiple times. At this point, I like Sunday Swap is just we're just waiting, right? And we don't have much from their team right now other than a couple tech updates. I'm bullish on ADAX. We've been absolutely killing it with ADAX, and we're going to keep covering it and other platforms as they evolve, as their assets become tradable, stakeable, etc. We will bring you all those updates, and we will see how it is and tell you exactly what we are seeing in the markets. I appreciate y'all sticking through the end of the video. Sorry for the rant at the end here, but I was just going over why we don't talk about Ergo as much, because we want to go over assets that you can get involved in, and not ones that you can't get involved in. So that is that. Super bullish on ADAX and what it's looking like today. The Avalanche ecosystem is booming today as well, so we love to see that. I think the market is potentially nearing a bounce back point. Let's hope. And we will check y'all on the next video. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great rest of your night. I appreciate y'all watching. Subscribe if you're new. Peace.